بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد. Last lesson we explained the main rules related to this lesson, and in this lesson we're going to read the passage inshallah, and hopefully we will recognize the implementation of those rules that we explained. So the author, he says rahimahullah, the author has passed away recently, may Allah have mercy on him and accept this work through which many people have learnt the Arabic language, and make this effort of ours in explaining this book as a sadaqah jariyah on his behalf. الدرس الخامس, the fifth lesson. في مكتب مدير معهد اللغة العربية. So this lesson is set in the director's office, the director of the Institute of the Arabic Language. So Ma'had al-Lugha al-Arabiyya is basically, there's 2 years that you spend in this Institute of the Arabic Language. So foreigners would enter this institute and learn Arabic for 2 years before progressing onto the different faculty which they choose, whether in Hadith, Sharia, Da'wah and so on. So this is the director's office, the director of the institute. يسمع طرق على الباب. يسمع طرق على الباب. طرق is the masdar of طرق يطرق. طرق يطرق is knocking. So يسمع, this is مغير الصيغة, فعل مضارع. Something is heard. What is it that's heard? This is نائب الفاعل. طرق, knocking is heard on the door. So this is happening as we are speaking. So we need to imagine ourselves, we are living through this conversation that's going to take place. So a knock is heard at the door. The mudir, director, says, udkhul, enter. يدخل شاب ويسلم. شاب is a youth. He enters. ويسلم, and he gives salam. سلم يسلم. So a youth enters and he gives salam. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. So the director, he responds, وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أطالب جديد أنت? Are you a new student? So the director is assuming that this is a new student who has come and wants to speak to him. However, الشاب, the young lad, the youth, he says, لا, no. أنا زائر. I am a visitor. زائر, we've learned this pattern. فاعل, اسم الفاعل from زار يزور. The one who visits is زائر, فاعل. I am a visitor. المدير, the head master or the director, he says أهلا وسهلا, welcome. اجلس, sit down. من أين أنت? Where are you from? الشاب says أنا من باكستان. I am from Pakistan. أنا محاضر في معهد اللغة العربية بلاهور. أنا محاضر. محاضر, it comes from حاضر يحاضر. حاضر يحاضر. So the اسم الفاعل from حاضر يحاضر is محاضر. And I did explain how to derive the اسم الفاعل from verbs over 3 letters. So from 4 letters, 5 letters, 6 letters, we implement the same rule. We go to the فعل مضارع يحاضر and replace the حرف المضارع for a meme with a dhamma, and the second last letter takes a kasra. يحاضر becomes محاضر, and we give it a tanween. أنا محاضر. So I am a lecturer في معهد اللغة العربية بلاهور, in the Institute of Arabic Language in Lahore, which I believe is in Pakistan, I believe. طيب, so this person is a lecturer. He seems like he's a young lecturer in this institute. So he's not a student, but a lecturer. So someone who has proficiency in the Arabic language. For him to be a lecturer, he must be someone who is knowledgeable in the Arabic language. So he says here, جئت حاجا. I came as a pilgrim. I came for the sake of pilgrimage. He says, فاغتنمت هذه الفرصة لزيارة معهدكم الشهير. اغتنم, اغتنم is a 5-letter verb. اغتنم usually comes with فرصة. اغتنمت الفرصة. to take the opportunity, to seize the chance. So I came to perform Hajj. فَاغْتَنَمْتُ هَذِهِ الْفُرْصَةِ. So I took this opportunity, I took this chance, I made the most of this fursa, this chance, this opportunity. لِزِيَارَةِ. In order to visit your institute, famous. In order to visit your famous institute. الشهير means famous. So this is na'at for ma'had. طيب. So I took this opportunity to visit this famous ma'had. طيب. So this is a good phrase to memorize. اغتنمت الفرصة. اغتنمت الفرصة. I took the opportunity. Here he's just added هذه الفرصة. I took this opportunity to visit, and so on. قيل لي إنه أحسن معهد لتعليم اللغة العربية لغير الناطقين بها، فأحب أن أطلع على مناهجه وكتبه. قيل. This is what we are explaining now. قيل is فعل ماضي مغير الصيغة, and we explain the rules. قويل, that's the origin. قويل. It became قيل based on what we explained last lesson. قيل لي, it was said to me. إنه. Now here we use إنه rather than أنه. Remember that generally we said the difference between إن and أن is that إن comes at the start, but you use أن if it's in the middle of the sentence. However, there's some exceptions. From those exceptions is if you're going to use one of these after قال and its derivatives, قال يقول قيل قل, then you don't use أن. Even though it's in the middle, you're not going to use anna, you're going to use inna instead. So after qila, qala and its derivatives, it will be inna. So qila li innahu, qala innahu, qala innahu yaqulu innaha baqaratun, qulu lahu innahu. Inna is going to be used instead of anna. Yeah, just bear that in mind. So after qala and its derivatives, you're not going to use anna, you're going to use inna instead. Qila li innahu, it was said to me that it, going back to the ma'had, إنه أحسن معهد, it is the best institute لتعليم اللغة العربية, in terms of learning the Arabic language, لغير الناطقين بها, for those who cannot speak Arabic, for those who are unable to speak the Arabic language and no native speakers. ناطق comes from نطق. نطق to pronounce, to utter, to speak. ناطق would be the اسم الفاعل. ناطق فاعل. ناطقين ناطقون would be the جمع. So this is مضاف مضاف إليه, hence ناطقين بها. بها اللغة. So this is the best institute for learning the Arabic language for non-native speakers. فأحب أن أطلع على مناهجه وكتبه. So I love to. أطلع comes from طلع يطلع. But this is the 5-lettered verb on افتعل. It's supposed to be اطلع, but the ta is changed into a ta and it's merged. It becomes اطلع. But this is on the scale of افتعل. If you've studied sarf, it's on the scale of افتعل. However, the ta of افتعل is changed into a ta and then it's merged. Hence, we have a shadda here. So اطلع. اطلع means to become acquainted, to familiarize oneself with something, and it usually comes with ala. So I'd like to familiarize myself, acquaint myself with manahijihi. Manahijihi is the plural of manhaj. Manhaj is the methodology, the curriculum. Manahij is the plural. Wa kutubihi, and its books. So I want to familiarize myself and acquaint myself with the curriculum and the books that are studied and taught in this ma'had, because it's one of the best ma'hads and it's very famous. He wants to benefit from this so he can take back home this knowledge and perhaps use it to benefit those who are in Lahore. Seeing as he's a lecturer, you're always seeking to improve yourself and better your ability and skills in teaching. Al-Mudir, the headmaster, says, Marhaban bika. Yani, welcome. No, it's similar to Ahlan wa Sahlan. Masmuk, what is your name? The Shab says, Ismi Mahdi ibn Abdul Hadi. My name is Mahdi, son of Abdul Hadi. Al-Mudir says, يدرس في معهدنا دارسون من معظم بلاد العالم. يدرس is the fi'l. The fa'il is دارسون. دارسون is جمع مذكر سالم. This is the jam of daris. Daris is the ismul fa'il. Ismul fa'il for darasa yadrusu. The person who studies is daris. So the meaning is similar to talib, students. So students. Min mu'zami bilad al-alam. From mu'zam, majority. Bilad al-alam, countries of the world. Students from most of the countries of the world study in this ma'had, in our ma'had. يتراوح عددهم بين 450 و500. يتراوح فعل مضارع تراوح يتراوح. It basically means to vary, alternate between, usually comes with بين. يتراوح بين كذا وكذا. It varies, fluctuates, alternates between this and this. So their numbers fluctuate. Sometimes it's this and this, but it's between this range. So what is it that fluctuates? عددهم. So this is the fi'l, this is the fa'il. Their number fluctuates, alternates between 450 و500. So between 450 to 500. That's the number, usual students. 450 to 500. And these 450 to 500 students, they are chosen and selected yearly from different countries. So they have a set number, how many students that can enroll to the university from particular countries. طيب. ومدة الدراسة فيه سنتان. And the mudda, the time period in terms of studying, فيه, in this ma'had, is 2 years. So they study for a period of 2 years in the Arabic Institute before they advance onto the different faculties of their choice. هذه نسخة من المناهج. This is a copy of the manahij, the curriculum. وهي هدية لك, and it is a gift for you. وهذه بعض كتبنا, and these are some of our books. So the mudir, Jazahullah khairan, seems to be someone who is kareem, someone who is generous. He's welcomed this zair who's come to visit him, and he's given him gifts, allowed him to sit down, and he's also going to offer him some tea, I believe. Let's see. So Mahdi, now we've given the name, so we use that instead of Shab. So Mahdi, أين يمكنني شراء هذه الكتب? أين يمكنني شراء هذه الكتب? Where is it possible for me to buy these books? يمكن, شراء is the fa'il for يمكن. أين يمكنني شراء هذه الكتب? Where basically can I buy these books from? Al-Mudir says, هذه الكتب لا تباع. These books are not sold. باع يبيع. يباع is the مغير الصيغة for the فعل المضارع. يباع. We're saying تباع because we're speaking about جمع غير عاقل. So we treat it as one feminine. هذه الكتب لا تباع. These books are not sold. يمكنك الحصول عليها مجانا من مركز شؤون الدعوة. يمكنك الحصول. حصل يحصل حصول means to acquire. It's possible for you to acquire them. حصل على usually comes with على. حصل على, حصلت على, I acquired, I gained. يمكنك الحصول عليها مجانا. It's possible for you to acquire them for free. مجانا means free, بلاش. من مركز شؤون الدعوة, from the center of affairs of da'wah. So from this particular institute or center, you can attain these books and acquire them for free. يدخل ساق ويصب لهما القهوة. يدخل ساق. سقى يسقي. سقى is the person who pours. ساق will be the ism al-fa'il from that. ساقيٌ, but the ya gets omitted. We explained this last lesson. ساقيٌ, the ya gets omitted. So this is manqus. طيب, so it's not majhur, yeah? It's not majhur. This is actually مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة المقدرة على الياء المحذوفة. فعل فاعل. So the saqi, the person who pours tea and so on, you could say servant or the one who is serving them, he enters ويصب لهما القهوة, and he pours for the both of them qahwa. The mudir and the visitor, he pours qahwa for them. This is also from honoring and being hospitable to your guest. This is from the teachings of Islam. As the Prophet ﷺ said, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, then let him honor his guest. Mahdi says, أدعوك لزيارة معهدنا. أدعوك, I invite you to visit our معهد. هذه بطاقتي. This is my card. وفيها عنواني وعنوان المعهد. And on it is the عنوان. عنوان is the address. So عنواني, my address, وعنوان المعهد, and the address of the institute. المدير. أنا مدعو. I have been invited. This is the اسم المفعول from دعا يدعو. We explained last lesson. If it's واوي and you put it on the scale of مفعول, it comes with a shadda at the end. مدعو. I am invited لحضور مؤتمر في باكستان بعد أشهر. I am invited to attend. حضر يحضر حضور. To attend مؤتمر is a conference. First time we've come across this word. I have been invited to attend a conference in Pakistan بعد أشهر, after some months. شهر, شهور or أشهر, after some months. سأنتهز هذه الفرصة وأزور معهدكم. زار معهد مفعول به. وأزور معهدكم إن شاء الله. أنتهز. انتهز is similar to اغتنم الفرصة. Similar meaning. انتهز الفرصة, اغتنم الفرصة. Similar meaning, seize the opportunity, take the opportunity, make the most of this chance. سأنتهز. So انتهز is the verb, yeah? So I will take this opportunity, this chance, فرصة, chance, opportunity. وأزور معهدكم, and I will visit your institute inshallah, if Allah wills. الساقي, the one who's pouring the قهوة, he says, أأصب لك مزيدا من القهوة يا شيخ? Shall I pour you more of the qahwa, O Sheikh? Shall I give you extra qahwa, O Sheikh? So Sheikh, the word Sheikh, it can be used for a person who is old in age. He enters into the period known as Sheikhukha. You can refer to them as a Sheikh due to age, or you refer to someone who is less than 60 as a Sheikh based on knowledge. And likewise, also they use Sheikh as a leader of a people. It's a title of praise to refer to someone who is a leader, chief of a people. So in this case, perhaps he's using it because he sees this person to be someone who is well dressed, seems like a person who has athar al-ilm on him, the traits of knowledge. Perhaps his beard is grown, he's dressed well, and the way he's speaking and so on. So perhaps he's doing so because of that. Or it may be that a lot of people have become, it's customary nowadays to refer to people who are wearing beards and thobes and they look like they're practicing to be a sheikh, even if they have no knowledge, which is a mistake, to be honest, because when you use this term sheikh to refer to someone who is not a sheikh in knowledge, then it gives the false impression to others, and people, as Sheikh Uthaymeen, he mentioned, people come to this person and seek fatwa from this person, and because he has this impression and being led to think that he is a sheikh because of people referring to him as a sheikh, he is not going to feel shy to issue fatwa, and this is a great sin. So we shouldn't refer to people who are not knowledgeable as sheikh. We refer to someone as a sheikh if other scholars have praised him for his knowledge and given him this title of sheikh. Otherwise, this title is not something which any man can entitle someone else and give it to someone else. This is a title that's passed from a sheikh, a knowledgeable sheikh, to another one. Another of his students, perhaps he sees that he is someone who's knowledgeable and he refers to him as a sheikh and gives him the tazkiyah, then he becomes a sheikh in knowledge, even if he's less than 60. So it's important to bear that in mind, because a lot of times we see some of the students who are teaching, they're being referred to as sheikh, and it's not appropriate. Not every teacher is a sheikh. Just because he's teaching a student of knowledge, is not necessarily a sheikh. Mahdi says la wa shukran, no and thank you. Here it's important that we say wow, we add the wow, because if you said la shukran, it will be a dua against the person. If you said la jazakallah khairan, la barakallah fik, may Allah not bless you, may Allah not reward you, la shukran, may you not receive thanks and gratitude. So it's important to add this wow between la and whatever comes next. La wa shukran, no and thank you. أستأذنك الآن يا فضيلة الشيخ. This is a good phrase that a person should learn when you want to excuse yourself. If you want to leave the sitting you request permission to leave. أستأذنك, I request your permission, basically. This is from good manners, that the guest, he does not overstay and prolong the sitting and make it burdensome upon the person. So director, he's someone who's very busy. He has to do his jobs, especially if you're entering upon him during his work hours. This is not time for him to be taking on guests and wasting time. This is work time. So it's good manners that he's requesting permission to leave and cutting the sitting short. Ya Fadilat al-Shaykh, or esteemed Shaykh. Jazakallahu khairan, may Allah reward you with good. The Mudir, head master or director, he says, Ila liqa, until the next meeting. This is what it translates as literally, but it means I'll see you next time, inshallah. صحبتك السلامة في الحل والترحال. صاحبة is to accompany. But in this case, صحبتك, he's saying, may السلامة, peace and security, accompany you. He's making dua for him. May you be accompanied by السلامة, peace and security. في الحل والترحال, in your residency and your travels. Hal is iqamatik, while you are resident, while you're here, or you are back in your country, or traveling between the different countries. May you be accompanied by security and salama. في الحل والترحال, in your residency and in your travels. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And he ends the conversation with salam. Barakallah fikum. This is the lesson. I hope that you've understood the passage. Inshallah, please attempt the questions if you can do all of them. Until next lesson. Barakallah fikum. Subhanakallah bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.